Hi, my name is Garrett Christopher, and this is my YouTube channel, Garrett Sports Take. Right now, we're in the middle of covering the different divisions in the NFL before the 2021 season, and I'm giving my predictions, how I think the teams are going to do. If you're a fantasy player, I'm not the guy. I'm not the one. I don't get into specific stats for players and that kind of a thing. I'm not that bright. And I don't spend that much time, delving into all that kind of stuff. But I've got a pretty good grasp, I believe, as far as football in general and teams and what's going on out there, and just having fun with what we see happening in the future. Trust me, if anything going on, I just want my Dolphins to finally make it to the playoffs, okay? Anyway, so please check out GarettChristopher.com. You'll find out more about me. I'm a self-published author. I've got a couple of audiobooks out there also, available on Audible. Plus, I do a weekly podcast available on Soundcloud and Spotify, and 2 more YouTube channels. There's Garrett's Movie Take and Garrett's Take. Please check all those things out. And when you do, leave some comments. Let me know what you think. What's your first impression, second impression? Do you like what you see, you hear? Am I a dodo? Do I kind of know what I'm talking about? What are your questions? Please put it out there. And if any of the different, social media sites that I'm into, Garrett's Take. Right now, I'm talking about homelessness, and I'm just now delving into that topic and trying to learn more about it and what I can do to better my community in that, dire scenario. If you want to leave a comment anywhere, please leave it there and let me know, what you think about that, and give me some ideas, as far as that's concerned. Comments, whatnot like that. In case, today we're going to talk about, let's see, so far we've covered the AFC East. We did that first because that's my Dolphins. That's where they reside. They're not going to win the division. So I'm not a homer. I do want my Dolphins to win. I do, but I'm realistic also. The Buffalo Bills are an incredible team. They're going to win the AFC East. Anyway, I've covered the AFC East. I've covered the AFC West. And I've covered the NFC West. Today we're going to talk about the NFC South, right? So last year, I think we got our question answered. Did we not? There was a question of, did Tom need Bill, or did Bill need Tom? Both incredible at what they do, right? Tom Brady as a quarterback, and then Bill Belichick as far as just, coordinator and now a head coach for a number of years. And they needed each other. And New England was successful, much to the demise of my Miami Dolphins, for almost 2 decades straight with that guy at the helm, both those gentlemen at their helms. But I think we found out, not that Bill didn't do a good job last year, won't do a good job this year, but his team won't win the division, and they won't be my Dolphins. Sorry, Bill, that's just what it is. But Tom Brady goes to this team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they win the Super Bowl. Now, they were only 11-5 last year, so it's not like they had some incredible, regular season. But it takes time, right, to get acclimated to things. They didn't start off crazy, and they ended off pretty well. I think they won 4 games in a row, finishing off the season. So, and they took it all the way, right? So good for them, Tampa Bay. But is it going to happen again this year? Super Bowl, I don't know. As far as the division, I think so. And even though they didn't win the division, right? It was actually New Orleans that won the division. Well, New Orleans has had a little bit of a setback, haven't they? They've lost their quarterback. And yes, you can say that, hey, it was a matter of, Jameis Winston, going in there. He can kind of keep the ball rolling. And they do have some key players at running back, at receiver. They have a lot of the core back. But will they be 12-4? Remains to be seen. That one I can't, just off the top of my head and looking at it, I have to say that it's going to struggle, because you want that person at the top, the quarterback, right, in football, to be that constant to kind of get you over. And when you're talking 12-4 range, a 750 winning percentage, that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. Now, I can say this, Carolina and Atlanta, Atlanta still has Matt Ryan. I guess with now a different offense, perhaps they'll spread it out a little bit more and not be so reliant on him as far as his arm. He's getting older, just like Tom's getting older. How effective will that offense be in Atlanta? I don't know. See, they ended up at 4-12 last year. Is that correct? Yeah, and Carolina 5-11. I think Atlanta will improve just for the sake of there is a fairly solid winning tradition with that team. They're not used to being 4-12. With Carolina, it's been tough. Since the Cam's glory years, they really haven't been there. Now, They have possibly the best overall player in the league in Christian McCaffrey, but how will he come back from injury? Will he be 100%? Will he be the same? Will they use him as much? That guy was just everything all over all the time. Can you afford to do that again with him? I think Carolina will take the 4th spot in that division, and maybe end up at 5-12, somewhere in there. I think Atlanta might during the season kind of toy with 500, but they'll end up 8-9, 7-10, somewhere in that range. So I think New Orleans and Tampa Bay will be the ones, but I don't think either one's going to be like 14-3. I think 12 wins will be kind of like the top, there. Will we have a fall off with Tampa Bay? A lot of the same players back. They want to prove that it wasn't just a fluke, that they really got in there. They're really a really good football team. And it's not about, maybe some of them want to prove that it's not just about Tom, that it was about just the team itself. And it was, a team that got them through that. But there's a certain level of confidence, isn't there, when you have someone like in Green Bay, for instance, right, where you have someone that you just know it can make the play. And in your head, you expect them. And even when they don't make the play, right, you still expect it to happen. When it doesn't, oh, shoot, this happened, that happened. But you don't think that, oh, shoot, this guy sucks. You're just thinking that it just didn't happen, but it's going to happen next time. There's a confidence factor there that Tampa Bay will have going in, that New Orleans is not going to have going in, because Drew Brees is not there anymore. And even though the team knew that Drew was not Drew the last, a couple of seasons, but aside from a final game there of his career that was definitely subpar, he had a good season. It wasn't a terrible season. And what did we find there? Did we find that it was just a bad game for him? Could he have come back again this year and be a Drew Brees that can lead them through and into a 12-4, or in this case like a 12-5 record? Possibly. And how will that go with the new guys at quarterback? Taysom Hill. I'm sorry, I was trying the whole time thinking about his name here. That guy's a stud, right? That's like, you got Christian McCaffrey and him, like 1A, 1B type of thing. But so what I see is I think that Tampa Bay will win that division by a game or so over New Orleans, and then Carolina will take up the rear with Atlanta, kind of 500. So for the most part, I see improvement out of Atlanta. I think I kind of expect that, and just Tampa Bay and New Orleans flip-flopping there and going into it. That's what I see. Let me know what you think about that. I think that's it. Like I said, I don't go into any deep as far as any players and that kind of a thing, but overall with a picture and what I see. So far we've covered 4 of the divisions. We'll see how close I am. It's all on tape, so we'll see what happens. Let's go with that. Hey, thanks so much for checking in. I am Garet Christopher. This is Garet's Sports Take, and this is my sports rant. Thanks so much. Take care. Please view in, check in for the next one. Thank you. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.